rise,
Man, Dallas.
fall, and get reborn in the shadows of the ones that came before them.
Whew.
Before 8 Block, there was Jug Team, a clique that paved the way for what came next. In many ways, they were the OGs. But just like the streets they moved through, nothing lasts forever. One of Jug Team's most known members was Snoop, a name that still rings out through disses and block murals. On the night of August 16th, 2018, Snoop and 2 other Jug Team members, one being Royalty Man, hit a house on East Overton Road in what police would later call an attempted home invasion, but the plan fell apart fast. The homeowner, surprised but armed, opened fire.
I ain't gonna lie, home invasions in Texas is crazy. You know everybody got a gun in their crib. Like, that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's crazy. Do your homework.
Snoop was killed instantly.
Damn.
The 2 others ran. Rumors say Royalty Man set the play up, then dipped the moment bullets flew. With the physical evidence matching his account, he was released. No charges were filed. The case was ruled self-defense. But in the streets, it wasn't just a loss. It was a turning point. It all started with the death of Snoop. As 8 Block found its footing in Oak Cliff, their ties began to stretch.
Okay, let me ask y'all a question if you from Dallas, all right? When I hear Oak Cliff, first of all, everybody who claim to be hood or street nigga or whatever, they all say they from Oak Cliff. So is Oak Cliff just that damn big? That's my first question. Second question, is Oak Cliff the neighborhood, or is it like a big neighborhood with a bunch of different like gangs and sets and blocks in the neighborhood? You see what I'm saying? Because I don't know, like a Chicago nigga he not really gonna say he from Inglewood. He gonna be like, I'm from M Block, or you know what I'm saying? He gonna tell you like what block he from. But everybody in Oak Cliff say they from Oak Cliff, but then I hear about 17 other gangs in Oak Cliff. So like, how that work?
One of K4M's most respected young members was Quay, just 19 years old. On May 17, 2022, Quay was shot and killed inside his own home in East Fort Worth.
Damn.
Not by an op, but by someone even closer, a relative. Right. According to police, Quay was found on the couch in his living room, shot multiple times in the face, torso, arms, and hand. 9mm shell casings were found on the floor, under the table, and even on his body. He was covered by a comforter when the bullets hit, suggesting he was either asleep or shielding himself in those final seconds. The man accused of killing him? Derek Sidner, 35, a family member. Hours before the shooting, witnesses say the 2 exchanged words outside the house, but nothing out of the ordinary. Later that night, everyone went to sleep. Then came the gunfire. It was around 2:30 a.m. when Quay's people woke up to the sound of bullets.
That's crazy.
By the time police arrived, Quay was already gone.
That's crazy.
Sidner fled the scene, but was arrested weeks later in Virginia and officially charged with murder on June 16. Quay's death shook K4M, and it wasn't just because of who pulled the trigger. It was where it happened, how it happened, and who got left behind. As the streets approached the 1-year anniversary of Quay's death, the wounds for K4M were just beginning to reopen. Exactly 1 week before the date Quay was killed, the set suffered another heavy blow. On May 10, 2023, Trey, a known member of 8 Block / K4M, was shot and killed in Oak Cliff during an attempted carjacking that went violently wrong. It happened just before sunrise at the Quick Trip gas station off SRL 30.
I just don't think robbing like Texas, like y'all need to do something else. Because robbing in Texas just don't like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got a gun in Texas, bro. Every single person. It's not like Chicago. Even in Chicago, a lot of people had guns, but it's not just easy to get no gun in Chicago or like LA or like New York, you know what I'm saying? So if somebody might try to carjack you, it's a chance that the person don't have a gun on them, especially if you talking about a Caucasian person. In Texas, every motherfucker walking around got a gun. The old man, a young man, a white man, a little girl. I'm like, it's going down. It's Walker, Texas Ranger. Do your homework.
Freeway near Glen Oaks Crossing. According to investigators, Dre and 2 other individuals attempted to rob a man at gunpoint for his Dodge Charger Scat Pack, a high-performance vehicle that's become a trophy in street culture. But the man they targeted was ready. He pulled his own firearm and shot 2 of the 3 suspects. A witness nearby described the chaos. "I seen a youngster grab another one and throw him in the car, but his feet was still hanging out. They drove off fast and tried to make a turn, but the door was still open." The group sped away in panic and pulled up to Methodist Charlton Hospital, where Dre was later pronounced dead from his injuries. The other suspects were treated for non-life-threatening wounds and taken into custody. The intended victim, the Scat Pack owner, was not charged, as police determined it was self-defense. In the early hours of May 15, 2023, around 2:55 a.m., a mission was put in motion by members of AFNF, a subset of 5K. Their target, K4M member 5 shot him. Surveillance shows multiple vehicles parking along the I-35 service road near Cliff Heights Circle. Between 7 to 10 individuals jump out armed with at least 7 different firearms,
7 to 10?
including 9mm, 40 caliber, and 300 blackouts. They opened fire on 5 Shotham's residents at 105 Cliff Heights, unloading over 60 rounds.
Dang.
But in the middle of the chaos, something went wrong. While shooting at the house, one of the AFNF members forgot to turn their friendly fire off and accidentally shot and killed his own mans. The victim, Ksoo, a known and active AFNF member.
He was on the drill.
According to police, the shooter was later identified as Dalen Webb. Surveillance captured the exact moment.
Damn.
Ksoo is seen running with the group when he suddenly collapses. The rest flee, leaving him behind.
They left him there.
It was supposed to be a drill. Instead, it became a self-inflicted body on AFNF's side. Fuka D, the voice of K4M, dropped a song a month ago titled Not Just Rapping. In it, he rapped the lyrics, "How the f did he die on his first mission?" I'm guessing the Nick was new to this.
Oh my God.
Mother's Day, May 11th, 2025. A day that should have been about peace, love, and family turned into bloodshed, heartbreak, and the spark of a deadly war that would send shockwaves through the Dallas drill scene. It happened at an apartment complex on Clark Road, just south of Beltline. By the time officers pulled up, 8 block/K4M, Trey Tu Slimy was laid out in the parking lot, bleeding from multiple gunshot wounds to the chest.
Damn.
He was still breathing, but barely. Paramedics rushed him to the hospital, but Trey didn't make it. At first, it looked like a personal dispute gone wrong, but within hours it became clear this was no one-off. This was the opening shot in one of the most unexpected and intense feuds Dallas had seen in years. The shooter, Chance Bennett, a member of 300. According to the police affidavit, the violence started over a heated argument involving Trey's sister and a neighbor. That neighbor just so happened to be Chance's sister. She called her brother up to the complex, and when he arrived, it didn't take long before bullets started flying.
Damn.
Witnesses said the parking lot went from yelling to gunshots in seconds. Trey and Chance both pulled weapons, both fired. Trey was hit multiple times. Chance was grazed in the head.
Ooh.
He survived and was later tracked to the hospital, where he tried to claim self-defense, saying Trey pulled a gun on his family. But with surveillance footage, shell casings, and witness statements stacked against him, Chance was arrested for murder, a face of their movement, a product of their trenches. And when his name hit headlines as another young black man gunned down on Mother's Day, the city braced itself. Because payback was coming, fast. Within hours, IG stories and lives flooded the algorithm. But the ones that stood out the most, Savage Gang, a deep-rooted South Dallas clique who saw Trey's death as fuel for trolling. One of their loudest voices, John Block 415. He hit the net with zero hesitation, mocking Trey's death like it was comedy, laughing on live, posting disrespectful stories, throwing dirt on Trey's name like he was just another body in a statistic. But to 8 Block, that was family. And disrespect like that, it wasn't gonna slide.
It's going the fuck down.
Exactly 25 days later, June 5th, 2025, 8 Block struck back. And they weren't alone. They moved in alliance with Blitz Gang, a clique already locked in deadly beef with Savage Gang over a shooting from the year before. Back in March 2024, SG members J3 Get Busy and Mo Gotti tried to hit Blitz Gang member Guap. Instead, they hit his home, killing his mother, Lucretia Thomas, in cold blood. That wound had never healed, And now 8 Block gave Blitz Gang a reason to spin again.
No.
On the 2700 block of Lenway Street, 8 Block and Blitz Gang pulled up deep, masked, armed, and moving like they had a point to prove. Reports say they spotted SG Baby J, One Glow, and One Glow's brother standing outside, posted like it was just another night in South Dallas. But it wasn't. Seconds later, war broke out. Over 50 shots rang out, bullets tearing through the block, glass shattering.
You can't do something like that and think you just gonna be on the corner just chilling in the hood, though. That ain't it.
Neighbors screaming and hitting the ground. 7 people were hit in the spray, including One Glow and his brother. 2 names that carried weight in their section. 2 of the victims were left clinging to life. All 7 were rushed to nearby hospitals. And just like that, the block was left drenched in chaos. Even for a city used to violence, this wasn't just another shootout. This felt different. This was different. Right. To the police, it was a nightmare. To the streets, it was shocking. Nobody expected 8 Block to double back like this.
Right.
This fast, this deep, and this bold. But they showed up to make a statement. Trey's death wasn't going unanswered. SG's disrespect wasn't going unpunished. This was calculated payback, and it hit like a message carved in blood. To seal the message in blood, 8 Blocks, BHM, Lil Pat, slid through 300's apartments and recorded a trailer mid-spin like it was a war announcement.
Damn.
He wasn't hiding. He was narrating revenge in real time. Nick got on that live and said what they said. Now it's 7 Nick shot for trolling.
Ooh.
It wasn't a diss, it was a declaration. 8 Block wasn't just spinning, they were storytelling with shell casings. A month after 8 Block and Blitz Gang turned Lenway Street into a war zone, leaving savage gangs scrambling in the city on edge. Another force stepped forward. SOB, Stand on Business. Also known to the streets as Step or Barry. They weren't just another crew in the mix. They were clicked up with K4M, not through songs or shoutouts, but through shared enemies, close ties, and mutual war. SOB had been quiet, but never absent. Based out of Mesquite Village apartments, they had already earned their name. And now the city watched to see how they would answer Trey Tu Slimy's death. Their face? Law 5, a Dallas Drill Records artist sitting in Dallas County, fighting 2 separate shooting cases. But while Law 5 was behind bars, his gang wasn't idle. What happened next had nothing to do with rap. No lyrics, no clout, no chasing views. This was raw. This was personal. K4M was still in pain. 8 Block had already sprayed the city with a message. 7 shot on Lenway. Now it was SOB's turn to reply. July 25th, 2025. The heat in Dallas was rising, and so was the tension. According to police and sources on the ground, SOB member No Face came across 6 300 members near a house on Pecan Creek Drive in Mesquite. 1 versus 6. At 9:30 p.m., a shootout erupted. 1 victim was rushed to the hospital with a gunshot wound, but survived. The second, Brandon BJ McGee, a 300 member, was found dead at the scene. He was the only one who returned fire. The rest of his crew, they ran. They left him. A soldier bleeding out, alone in the dirt. The same gang he slid.
That's what's gonna happen, though. That's what's gonna happen, though. If you think these niggas is finna not, bro, you crazy as hell, gang. If you with your so-called homies and it go down, 99% of them niggas is gonna run on you, gang. They not gonna turn around. They just gonna post a picture on Instagram and be like, rest in peace. And they gonna forget about you in about a month. Then when they see videos like this, they're gonna be like, oh, damn, I remember that. And that's gonna be it, folks. Like, it's not, this shit do not be worth it. I'm telling you.
4, laughed with, rode for, left him to die. No Face was arrested, but released the next day. The case was too murky, his age too young, but his message, clear. When the news broke, the streets exploded. Live, stories, memes, disses, 8 Block mocked 300 for folding 6 deep to a solo shooter. The internet laughed, the ops rejoiced. But behind the trolling was something nobody could joke about. This was retaliation. Not just an act of violence, an answer. Trey for BJ, a soul for a soul. This wasn't just about who won or who lost. This was about what was paid. Trey's murder started the chain. Savage gangs trolling escalated it. 8 Block and Blitz Gang dropped a mass shooting. 7 victims hit. And SOB, they stepped up. and even the score. One man, one gun, 6 targets. Only one shooter walked away, and it wasn't the ones with the numbers. BJ died alone, and the city watched it unfold in real time. Trey Tu Slimy, gone. 7 shot on Lenway. BJ, dead in the street, left by his own. And while the war was far from over, SOB made sure nobody would forget who even the score.